Throughout the 5 seasons of Peaky Blinders, the Shelby brothers constantly repeated a quote in the Bleak Midwinter. It was first used when Tommy Shelby killed Danny in Season 1, then Tommy mumbled the quote when he thought he was going to be shot at the end of Season 2, and Arthur and John quoted the line when they thought they were going to be hanged in the Season 4. What about at John's funeral? Jeremiah suggested that the two should sing in the Bleak Midwinter at his funeral in Season 2, Episode 2. Death? Thoughts of being shot and hanged? Funeral? Are they all connected to a single quote? Is there something we need to be worried about? Or does it sound normal to you? Absolutely no. It weighs a deeper meaning, and we are about to reveal it in this video. Stay tuned to the end of this video. The contextual meaning of the quote in the Bleak Midwinter sounds ominous, and its usage in the Birmingham-based crime drama is quite horrific. Have you ever studied the times the Shelby brothers say this quote? This quote is usually said moments before they narrowly escape death. The Shelby brothers narrowly escaped death during the First World War, and the life they live now is viewed as a blessing. How can a quote derived from a popular Christmas song convey so much evil, fear, and uncertainty? The song was a popular Christmas carol during the First World War, which all the Shelby brothers fought in. At John's funeral, Tommy reflected on the Battle of the Somme, where the Shelby brothers were surrounded by the enemy with no arms and ammunition and little chance of survival. They realized that they were dead men waiting, and agreed that if they ever survived, they would live the rest of their lives knowing it was a blessing. The truth is, we died together once before. Arthur, me, Danny Whizbang, Freddie Thorne, Jeremiah, and John. We were cut off from the retreat, no bullets left, waiting for the Prussian cavalry to come and finish us off. While we waited, Jeremiah said we should sing in the Bleak Midwinter, but we were spared. The enemy never came, and we all agreed that everything after that was extra. And when our time came, we would all remember. Tommy Shelby said. Apparently, in the Bleak Midwinter continues to follow us throughout the series. The series is not yet over. Are we about to see something gruesome in the finale? Watch out! The already bleak Midwinter can get bleaker at the end of Peaky Blinders. It would not be a season of Peaky Blinders if anyone makes it out alive. Season 6, however, has been affected by the real-life death of Helen McRory, who played the Shelby family matriarch, and Polly. McRory was Murphy's co-lead, the beating heart of the show, as he called her. Peaky Blinders shifts away from the rest of its resemblance and tightens more around Tommy. A strong premonition has been said by this quote. Is it capable of expanding its horizon in reality? Polly and Helen McRory are both dead. There is an indication that more deaths are bound to happen. So, who is next? Tommy Shelby or probably Cillian Murphy? Several times throughout the season, we hear Polly's admonitions to Tommy about Michael repeated. There will be a war and one of you will die, but which one, I cannot tell. Yet, the narrative conspires to keep Michael and other major characters like Arthur, who is now an opium addict, rather sidelined, as it follows Tommy's political maneuvers and his ceaseless chain-smoking in the continuous slow build to World War II. Tommy came home from World War I a different person, and he has come a long way since then, from being a street thug to a politician capable of giving rousing speeches to a room full of working-class men. However, he is likened to the devil in Season 6, and even though he poses as a respectable citizen and his criminal reputation precedes him. Also, Tommy repeatedly declares, "I have no limitations" in Peaky Blinders Season 6, while his demeanor remains dead-eyed and unflappable in the face of horrific wrongs. It is as if the show is trying to strip away any remaining heart or hesitations from him in preparations of Churchill's gathering storm of World War II. Tommy will be needed to fight an even greater enemy. What if in the Bleak Midwinter surfaces again? Oh my, Tommy will face the same fate as John? Tommy Shelby is like Walter White. No matter how clever he thinks he is, luck has played a very important part in his life. Without it, he would have been dead in Season 1, and every other season as well, a fan said. However, many fans expect Tommy Shelby's death in the season finale. It has already been assumed that the character will die at a point in the future, but the series leaves fans on an ambiguous note. Either in the season, Tommy found out that he has terminal tuberculoma. As expected, there will be a twist at the end. While Tommy goes to kill himself due to his terminal illness, he discovers the doctor who diagnosed him is friend with Oswald Mosley. Tommy does not have a terminal illness, which implies that the doctor lied to him, which he confronts the doctor. Tommy, however, lets him live and chooses to ride away on his own with a new and uncertain future. In an interview with Esquire, Cillian Murphy claimed a fan begged him not to kill Tommy in the new season. "In the end, I said, I promise I won't kill him." Stephen Knight, the show creator, spoke about Tommy's fate in the end. Knight wanted to ponder if the question of whether Tommy could be redeemed after fans have watched him perform terrible acts over 6 seasons. There is a great Francis Bacon quote about how since life is so meaningless, we might as well be extraordinary. Tommy does not think there is a goal. He doesn't think there is a goal. He doesn't think there is a destination. He just does these things. Knight claimed that the questions of Tommy's redemptions will be answered in the last 10 minutes of the final episode. As for what is next for Tommy Shelby, Murphy said it is quite unknown, as Stephen Knight always surprises him. Whenever you read a script from him, it is never how you expected or what you thought might happen. It's always, in fact, completely the opposite. He manages to subvert that gangster narrative very well. I don't know. Tommy's redemptions or death. For now, it remains to be seen. Eventually, the quote in the Bleak Midwinter will symbolize the Shelby's brother's second chance at life. Cillian Murphy is a strong and healthy man. This was evident in his role as Tommy Shelby. There is a possibility that he won't face the same fate as Helen McCrory. Unfortunate circumstances are not bound to happen to everyone.